YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. Guys, I'm sitting here looking at Boxing News 20, Boxing News 24. Big up to Boxing News 24. I just look at them from time to time, and I'm reading an article. You got Tureano Johnson. He running his mouth. He running his mouth, and I'm telling you what he's saying. Hey, I want to deal with Triple G next. I want Triple G. I ain't got no problem with Tureano Johnson wanting Triple G. I got no problem with it at all. Here's one thing though. Okay. Triple G would brutally knock out Tureano Johnson. And listen, y'all, that's just the way that is. I don't know if I've offended any Tureano Johnson fans. I could give a darn if I have. Because Tureano Johnson will get himself knocked out. Now, he feeling good about himself. You know, he went in there and beat O'Kane, beat him. And Tureano feeling great. And Tureano, you supposed to feel good about yourself. I mean, and that's just the way that is. However, let's just kind of think about let's think about Tureano Johnson's record, okay? Now he's only had one loss. He's only lost to Curtis Stevens, and Curtis Stevens was brutally knocked out by Triple G. Curtis Stevens was brutally knocked out by Triple G. Now, I do in Tureano's defense, he said, well, I've never been knocked out. I got an iron granite chin. Yep, you do until you get hit by Triple G. Because Triple G will brutally knock you out. That's just the way that is. I mean, you sitting here losing to Curtis Stevens, Tureano Johnson, and you talking about, I'm ready to fight Triple G because he's my mandatory. In the sport of boxing, when, y'all, when do fighters really truly fight their mandatories? They don't fight their mandatories unless it's somebody easy. And that's just the way it is now in this generation of boxing. Okay? I don't think Tureano Johnson would stand a chance, but however, it's an attractive fight for Triple G's team. I'm telling you, do not be surprised if they announce that Tureano Johnson gets a fight with Triple G. Don't be surprised. See, everybody got their hopes up for this Canelo Cotto winner. And I already know that Cotto will not fight Triple G, y'all. You heard it here first. If Cotto beats Canelo, Cotto will not fight Triple G. I'm telling y'all this now. Okay, you can like it, don't like it, sit down and listen to it because that's the truth. Cotto ain't fighting him. Now, Canelo he'll be more than happy to fight Triple G. That's why I like Canelo. Canelo ain't scared. Canelo will get in there and he'll give Triple G some of what he been missing. That's just the way that is, okay? But Tureano Johnson, it's a safe fight for Team Triple G. I can see them taking that fight. I can see him taking it as a tune-up fight before he got to fight Canelo Cotto. But Tureano Johnson, you ain't ready. See, you talking a lot of junk. You going down the road to Curtis Stevens. And Curtis Stevens talked so much junk to Triple G. Triple G, all he did was punish Curtis Stevens. I'm talking about he went in there and beat the living piss out of Curtis Stevens. I'm talking about he beat up Curtis Stevens. He ain't beat Curtis Stevens. He beat up Curtis Stevens. He beat the hell out of Curtis Stevens. I keep saying this dude's name wrong. My bad, Curtis. Curtis, he did. He beat you up, man. If you hear this video, Curtis, it ain't no disrespect, man, but Triple G punished you, man. He beat you from in post to in post. He beat you all around the ring. And Tureano Johnson, you lost to Curtis Stevens. I'm just saying, I'm not a big follower of triangle theories, but in this case, Triple G will destroy Tureano Johnson. But Tureano, I guess it's time. I guess he feel like he the man. And you sitting here running your mouth. And guys, I got to tell y'all, I'm looking at Tureano Johnson, all his opponents. Y'all, this dude, his opponents he's had 20 fights. Okay, 20 fights. His opponents, they have a combined, y'all, listen to this, in 20 fights, they have 197 wins, okay? Now, let's look at the average of that, okay? He done fought 20 different guys, okay? 20 guys, and each, they add up to be 197 wins. If you divide them 20 fights by 197, he's fighting against guys that average wins almost a little over 9 wins a fighter. How many losses does Tureano Johnson, how many losses do the fighters that Tureano Johnson fought, how many losses do they have? He's fought dudes, his fighters, they have a combined loss record of 159 losses. So Tureano Johnson has been fighting people, okay, with a combined win-loss record of 197 wins and 159 losses. People, that tell a story right there. Tureano Johnson been fighting a bunch of losers. And let me tell you something right now. He gonna suffer his next defeat if he get in the ring with Triple G. Triple G gonna knock him out. And I ain't even a Triple G fan. You know, I will pull for Tureano Johnson because I just don't want to see Triple G lose. But if Tureano Johnson gets in the ring with Triple G, Tureano, I'm giving you a warning. Okay? You gonna meet the same fate that Curtis Stevens had. You gonna meet David Lemieux fate. You gonna turn into another Gabe Rosado. He gonna Gabe Rosado you to death, Tureano Johnson, if you get in the ring. Now he running around here talking about, oh, he athletic. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. Oh, Triple G ain't never seen nothing like me before. That's what David Lemieux said. That's what Curtis Stevens said. That's what Gabe Rosado did. And I'm going to tell you, Gabe Rosado, believe it or not, gave Triple G the best fight out of all the guys. And Triple G beat him down to a pulp. But I'm saying, you know, Tureano, I mean, man, won't you get in the ring with somebody else, man? You need some more experience. Because going right up to Triple G, I'm telling you, you talking about almost having a career-ending knockout, dude. You will get knocked out, Tureano Johnson, if you get in the ring with Triple G, and that's just the way that is. You're getting knocked out, okay? You're going to start seeing Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles. You're going to see stars. You're going to see Captain Crunch flying around your head after Triple G get through hitting you with that hook. And he going to knock you out. He going to lay you on the canvas, dude. You getting laid out. I mean, dude, you ain't fought. The only person I can say credible, really and truly, the person that beat you is Curtis Stevens. Okay, I can't say I can't co-sign this, Tureano. I cannot co-sign this. Okay, who have you beaten? Your all your opponents got a combined average of over. You got 9.8 wins per fighter. 9.8. That just means you fighting losers, man. 9.8 wins a fighter. That means your whole career, buddy, you've been fighting a bunch of tomato cans. You've been fighting losers, man. I mean, you have been fighting, beating up people who shouldn't even be in a ring with a real professional fighter. That's what you've been doing. And then in your 20 fights, man, you don't fought people. You fought guys that's got 159 losses combined, man, in 20 fights. That's not good. Sorry, that's not good. That's good, and you still fighting guys with a bunch of losses. I don't get this. You still fighting these guys with a bunch of losses. I mean, you're fighting them. And I'm not trying to hate on you, man. I'm just saying you need to go, man. You need to really slowly build yourself up. I don't know how much more time you got because you're 31 right now and you've been spending most of your career fighting these bums. That's just the way that is. I'm sorry. You know, if you're a Tureano Johnson fan, you know what? I just don't care. I just absolutely don't care because this guy has no shot against Triple G, but this is an attractive fight for Team Triple G. And don't be surprised if Team Triple G fights Tureano Johnson to get in there and beat him up a little bit before he fights the Canelo. Well, I ain't going to say Cotto, because Cotto is not going to get in the ring with Triple G. He ain't going to fight him, okay? But before you get in the ring with the Canelo winner, or possibly, hopefully, we hope Canelo wins, because we know Canelo will fight Triple G. We know this. So I'm pulling for Canelo. Of course I'm going to pull for Canelo anyway. It's my favorite fighter. But I'm going to pull for him anyway, okay? You know, and I don't know. I don't know Tureano Johnson. I mean, man, it's admirable that you want to fight somebody credible, but you trying to jump to the top of the line, Tureano. And I'm sorry. Andre Ward still got to get a piece of him first before you do, Tureano. Because if you get in there, I'm telling you now, Johnson, you are going to get yourself knocked out. You take this advice, Tureano Johnson. You take this advice, man. You take this advice and you run with it. Because I'm trying to help you right now, Tureano. I'm trying to help you. Because when it comes down to the whole deal of the deal, Triple G is on a whole nother level, Tureano Johnson, and you just not on that level. And that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.